Hi guys. So you are going to take home these blizzard bag packets. The blizzard bags are the extra activities we need to send home because of all the snow days. And there's going to be a note on the top that tells your mom and dad that we have to send them home too. And I also have my email and our website that we use. You don't need to go to the website because I have everything on this paper, but just in case you want to check stuff out or you want to print something out again, um, you can go to vsweebly.com and then you can go to the blizzard bag and click on the third grade picture of the lion, and it will take you right to all this material. So the first thing we're going to talk about are the 7 elements and the 7 principles. 7 elements of art are line, any mark made by a tool; color, any primary, secondary, warm, or cool color; shape, any two-dimensional shape like a square, circle, or triangle. Shapes are flat. They are not 3D. A circle that represents a moon is not a shape because the moon is a sphere. Okay. A form is any 3D object like the sphere, cube, chair, or anything like that. Here, and I know you've talked about forms because this is Mrs. Lowe's bag of forms she uses with the kindergartners. So if you went to kindergarten here, you've talked about forms. Space. Space is the area between objects and a work of art. Texture is the look of a surface, usually rough or layered, and value is the look of light on a surface. Now, we've talked about those before, and you might even remember this picture. So here is this picture of the gypsy sleeping picture, okay? And I've actually written in line. Line is on her dress. Color, you can't see it because this is black and white, but we know her dress is color. Form, the lion's body is form. Texture, the lion's mane has texture. Space, there's space up here and there's also space between stars. Value is the value of the dark to light, or the look of light. Okay? The only one that's not in here is shape. And the reason shape is not in here because there's not a flat two-dimensional object. We know these are mountains, they have form. Even though this moon is a circle, we know moons are actually spheres. They're round. Okay? So, those are the elements. What you need to do now, when you take it home, is write those in on back and maybe explain them to mom and dad, okay, what the elements are and how they work. And now the ones we haven't really talked about are the principles. And the principles of art are emphasis, contrast, pattern, balance, rhythm, movement, and unity, okay? And emphasis is the part of the picture that stands out or the focal point of a picture. Contrast is when a light color or area is next to a dark color. Pattern is an exact shape. My shirt is a pattern, okay? There's a pattern. Even though these blue lines in my shirt are the exact distance from one another, okay? Balance. When we talk about balance, we talk about symmetrical and we talk about asymmetrical. Symmetrical is when something is balanced. Like here are 2 pop cans on a scale, and they weigh 8 ounces each. That's symmetrical balance. If you have a pop can over here that weighs 8 ounces and 2 4-ounce cans on this side, they're still balanced because this is 8 and this is 4, and these are 8, 2 4-ounce cans, but it's asymmetrically balanced, okay? And I'll explain how that works in the picture in a second. Rhythm, when similar colors, shapes, or forms are placed at various distances from one another. So unlike pattern, pattern is exact. Pattern is this. And those are supposed to be exact. Rhythm is this. Okay? There's no exactness to a rhythm. It's just more of a free-flowing kind of thing. Movement is when you have lines or something that moves across the picture. In this case, it's going to be the lion's tail. It goes like this to the line, so you're following the tail of the lion. And unity, and it's going to be hard to see in this picture because it's so dark, but when you have a picture that has stars across it, it's held together by all these stars that go across the picture. If all the stars were in one spot, so this is unity, this is not. Okay, it's holding the whole thing together by placing them across the picture. This is just in a little corner. Okay. Now, if you look at the picture, you can see now. Okay, there's movement, the lion's tail. Contrast when you have this dark mound next to this light mound. Rhythm is her dress is in a rhythmic way. It's not the colors, and you can't see it, but the colors in the picture, and Mrs. Gregory will be able to show you this. These are rhythmically placed. It's not an exact. It's not green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue. Okay. Emphasis is the lady. She is the one thing that sticks out. You can see the whole lady. The line is behind her. Okay. And notice I'm using the same picture for principles as I did for elements, because elements put together like lines make rhythm. Okay. Pattern, actually, in this blanket back here, this one is actually in a pattern. I know it's hard to see there. Okay, and balance. This picture is asymmetrically balanced because there's a lot of stuff down here, and this is blank up here. So they're balancing out the picture by putting a lot of stuff down here and not much stuff up here. And last but not least, unity. The stars that are spread out across the sky hold the picture together. Okay? So now that we've looked at me explaining these, there's two videos Mrs. Gregory is going to show you that also go along with this, which is a different perspective of the 7 elements and principles. But then when you take this home, and remember, these need to be brought back after break, or we're supposed to keep you in for recess. Take the elements, and I'll do one for you here. Line. Where's line? Well, there's line right here. So right directly on top, and you can't see that because I used the black marker, but I'm going to write another one. Texture. There's texture right here. Okay? You also might want to say there's unity because of the stars. So I gave you an element and a principle here. Okay? So you can have elements and principles in the same thing. And this picture is called Starry Night over the Rhone by Vincent van Gogh. He actually made this before he made Starry Night. So it looks very similar, as you'll see on the screen. But then this is what you bring back to me with your name. So Janet, student. Okay, and you can actually bring back the whole packet minus the note. You don't have to put the note on it, but put your name on the front of this. So when Mrs. Gregory gives this to Mrs. Ling or Miss Macavana for Miss Macavana's class, she can put this right in your packet to go home. Okay? So now Mrs. Gregory is going to show you 2 additional videos that go along with this. One you've seen before on elements, the principles, when you have not. And so that's what you'll be doing today, going over this packet. Okay.